top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition, and all that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show, this so perennial. Do this for my millennials, I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Coach, the tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike. 18. Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Oh, you got deep? Kill. Check 13. Check 13.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll have a first down past the 40. And that's complete to Adams. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Watch out. Get Mike.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
No. 319. 59. Check pass.
To throw is Rodgers. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain there of 30 big ones. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early.
But it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Cut. Check 52. Easy.
On second and a couple. Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 26. On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the 40 now on second down, Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
319.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Kelly. Someone left Kelly. Lucky.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he's going to go down again. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bears take over. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Bears.
Jump. 180. Don't get nervous.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Alert, 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 alert.
Tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
A gain of 16 yards.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Back at his 48-yard line.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long.
18.
Everyone got 4 down. Kill.
Alert, 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 alert.
Now it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
He's checking.
Hey, ball.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. The 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battles.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Aaron Lynch able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A give to Jones. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch QB drop.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Get off the field, D. Out. Over.
Now it's Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead grows to 10-0. after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, Montgomery. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Not yet. No. Off. 36.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
Now Trubisky. Robinson's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Check three.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Go.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
42 the mic. I don't think you got it, son. Check.
It's complete to Robinson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll run with Montgomery. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Let's see what you got.
Here's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Kenny Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Trubisky will throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And he's got Miller. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw again. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Bears first down.
Trubisky now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Come on here, come get some.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
At the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and
2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, take 26.
59 mark, 59 mark.
Look at this.
Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, let's get there.
Here, Mike.
58, boys, 58.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Let's go, first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. The catch made by Miller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
First down, Bears.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. This is Gabriel out on the left side. 16 yards, a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chicago.
Come on, 180. You want this?
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Blue 58.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll run on first down. It's Walton, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
He's not going to get me.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Watch the safety creep.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. This is caught. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's go.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Jones. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
319. 26. Mike, check.
On first down, Walton. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
319.
59. Mike to 59. All day, baby. All day.
319.
And Graham's got it. Complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll run on first down. Jones. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They'll run with Walton. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Open man is Allison, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mark Walton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now Crosby for the point after. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Trubisky. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 15 yards on the play, first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Back to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing on second and long. Trubisky under pressure again, and down he goes again. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 39-yard line.
Mike.
258.
It's our time. It's our time.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
319.
59. I got one. I got one. I got one.
319.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? Just got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They run with a fullback now. This is Dan Vitale. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Now a carry for Walton, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Check pass, check pass. Joker, 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 joker. Watch the edge.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Check three, check three.
Right now, you got 58.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Pass from Trubisky taken in by Gabriel. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They're all through now, by the way, in the Meadowlands. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Here's Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. 2nd and 12, and you have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and 5. Go in the game.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do.